How do I get the best out of my experience at an educational technology conference? We're going to talk about that next on the EdTech vlog. Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Harris, and this is the EdTech vlog. Today I'm talking to you from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. This week I'm at the BET Asia Conference 2019, where I got the chance to speak as a plenary. I spoke about coding as literacy, and I sat on a couple really interesting panels, one around women in leadership and the other one around 21st century pedagogies from kind of the ground up. It's been absolutely fascinating. Last week, because this is my life sometimes, I was in Hong Kong for the 21st Century Learning Conference 2019. So I've been kind of conferencing it out a little bit lately, and I thought, while I'm here, let's talk about getting the most out of your EdTech conference experience. And I want to just do a nice video with the lovely Kuala Lumpur skyline in the background from my lovely hotel room. So I thought I'd give you a chat. So anyway, let's jump right into it, okay? So what is the best approach for getting the most out of an EdTech conference? Now, obviously, you need to figure out where you're coming from. And what I mean by that is, are you a leader? Are you a teacher? Are you, where are you in the spectrum? EdTech conferences are designed for just about anybody. Some of us are EdTech professionals, some are speakers and consultants, kind of like myself. Other people will be in various forms of leadership, like school management, middle management, or even district management. A number of the conferences I'm going to, we're seeing more and more ministry level officials that are trying to look at products and processes that they can put in kind of systemically. There's also teachers that may be really strong into the EdTech pedagogic approaches, or maybe just kind of trying to learn a bit more. And of course, there are all these people that come from a vendor background, right? They're selling a product, they're displaying a product, they're looking for customers. It's really important that you know where you come from first to make sure you can get the most out of that experience. And then you get here and you realize it's like Disneyland. You know, when we go to Disneyland, I want to go to every park there is within Disneyland, every area. I want to go to Tomorrowland. I want to go to Adventureland. I want to eat some good food. I want to go on the tram. I want to watch a show. I want to go on a ride, whatever it is. And you want to do everything. You can't do that. There's no way. But you can get the most out of this to meet your specific needs depending on where you're at. So let's talk about the best way to do that. So for people that have done a lot with EdTech conferences, we realize that we're not really there for the sessions. The sessions are an important part of what's available to others, but for us, they're not really the strongest element for us. What we're there for are the people. So we get to talk to vendors, we get to talk to other teachers, and those that are really interested in EdTech in general, where we can make these lasting connections because the conference has been an opportunity to put people together. Now, for some teachers and leaders, that also is a great opportunity just to get people together. So whatever you do at the conference, go to the social, go walk around the vendor hall and talk to some of the speakers, talk to people that you've been following on Twitter, but make those human connections. That's really the most important part of a conference experience for anybody are those connections. Next, let's talk about the sessions. So there's always sessions. There's usually a keynote or two, or some of them there's like 5. There's keynotes and plenaries and speeches and sessions. Some of them are hands-on. Some of them are about new technologies. Some of them are just kind of highlighting things that are coming forward. Some of them are very tied to a specific product. There is value in those. But go to ones that are going to be worthwhile for you and then fully engage. If you're going to a session and you're finding that you're on your phone, you're not really taking notes, you're not thinking about what's going on, it's not right for you. And it is not a bad thing to get up and leave. If it's not resonating with what you want to get or inciting some passion in you or giving you a new idea, don't waste your time. There's like 5 other sessions that you can go to. Look for people that you know that are engaging, look for concepts that are engaging, and look for things that you can use on Monday. You know, when you go back, you're really going to use this. Go find those things. And then when you're there, as I said, fully engage, get into it. Ask questions, take notes. You know, one of some of the greatest tools we have for conferences are like Evernote or OneNote or things where you can take ideas, write down items, get those little nuggets that get thrown out, and keep a running list of things you need to follow up on later. Because I guarantee you, you go into the next session, you're going to forget all the things that jazzed you with the last one. So take really good notes, make contact with the speaker, ask them for their slides. Most good speakers will give them to you, and then continue that dialogue. It is not a one-way thing. If you're doing a workshop, ask for free samples, ask for information about what the product is, and go from there. But realize that as you're doing those things, you might be losing out on an opportunity to talk to people. So choose the sessions you want to go to with a really strong eye, and then if it doesn't work out, don't stay. Go somewhere else. What else is there at a conference? Well, of course, there's the exhibit hall. It's incumbent on everybody to go to the exhibit hall, and for a few reasons. There's a reason that it's kind of hard to say, but I'm going to say it. Those exhibitors are what's paying for the conference. Your fees are paying for a portion of it, but without those exhibitors, your conference doesn't exist. So it's your responsibility to go see the vendors, talk to them, and make sure that you have an interaction with them that's authentic. If you're looking to get a little bit out of their product, fine, do that. If you're in a decision-making place, be honest with them. If you really don't know and you're just on a fact-finding mission, great. If you really are not looking to engage at this point, be honest about that as well. These are people that want to talk with people interested in their products and that are going to do something with them and create a partnership. So go there. The other thing is, sometimes the greatest ideas that come out of EdTech conferences are from some of the products that are being showcased, because these exhibitors are bringing their A game. They're not coming to a conference just to put out a bunch of leaflets or pamphlets or something. They're going to show you the best of what they got in that particular moment. So go play, go try things out. Put the VR goggles on and do the manipulatives and all that sort of stuff. Definitely go do those things because there's some real value there. And you might get sparked with some ideas. Now let's talk about their experience. If I'm a vendor going to an EdTech conference, what do I get the most of? Well, if you're in that vendor space, what you should be looking for is partnerships and lasting partnerships. If you're looking for sales, it's probably not the best avenue for you. What educators are looking for here are new ideas and people that they can connect with further, not just doing a one-off connection and selling one box. They want to have connections for the long term that are going to give them ideas that are going to have lasting impact. If you come in with the same mindset, you're going to have a much better experience. And I know one of the challenges at a lot of EdTech conferences for vendors is that we don't know who to talk to. The vendors are like, I want decision makers, I want people that have budgets. That's great, but remember, they're also talking to these teachers. So give proportional time to the teachers and those that are interested in the product. And I say proportional. What I mean is it shouldn't be zero for the teachers, but it shouldn't be equal time. If you're looking for decision makers, be forthright about it. Ask them where they are. Have a personal conversation. Remember, education is a relational business. It is not a transactional business. So when you're connecting with people at these conferences, look at that relational element and think about the 5 conversations you're going to follow up to have a longer lasting relationship, rather than saying, what is the learning management system you're using? I can do it better. Let me sell you something better. You're going to turn everybody off. Okay? Come with that education relational focus. Now, what about if I'm a minister or a leader? Well, this again is where we're looking for ideas. So go around, and if you are a decision maker, go around and have honest conversations with some of these products, because you need to see what the products are 3, 4, 6, a year down the road, whatever the months are. You need to be looking down the road for the next potential replacement or the next potential item you're going to get asked about. If you're a principal level leader, you need to know what AI is doing. You need to know what blockchain is doing. You need to know what VR looks like. Do you need it in your school? That might be a different discussion. But if you have a proper partnership and you're well informed, which you can do on the vendor floor, then you're in a good position. So kind of go into the toy store, but leave your credit card at home. Go play with the toys, see what you want, and then figure out what the budget and the best way is to get them, right? That's kind of the best approach. Go to the sessions and look for the speakers that resonate with your school and you would want to put in front of your other teachers. You don't need to be an expert in what they're saying. You're not going to be implementing the things that they're talking about for the most part, but you're going to need to put people together. And then again, as I say with everybody, make this a person-focused event. EdTech conferences are all about the people more than anything else. So make those connections with people. I've talked about leaders. I've talked about teachers. I've talked about vendors. Now let me talk about speakers, which will be kind of the last group. If you're a speaker at one of these pieces, promote and connect. Right? You have something you want to say. Give back as much as you can. So what I do for almost all of my presentations, except for some of my keynotes, I put them on my website. So if you go to mattharrisedd.com, you can get a copy of all of my slides because I want to generate that further conversation. Use this to build your brand, to build your network, and how you can connect better with other people beyond the conference. And that may result in further speaking engagements, more information for you to improve your practice at your school or wherever you are. And you're going to have those connections that are going to be lasting. Again, EdTech conferences are about people, not products, right? Okay, so that's kind of my soapbox diatribe about this. I'm going to talk about other things related to some of the conferences I go to around the world. I've got a few coming up in a couple months. Some of my presentations potentially have gotten me some speaking engagements at other conferences, which could be fascinating. And I'll talk about those because, again, this is part of what I like to do, is to have these conferences, or to have these discussions and engage with people at the conferences. So hey, do me a favor. Down at the bottom here is a subscribe button for my channel. Please subscribe. I will talk about all of these things related to EdTech. I'll share some of the things I speak about at conferences. I might even interview some of the people I talk to. We're having some discussions about that. And then, of course, at a conference, the best way to promote yourself and talk about yourself and connect with people is Twitter. So at the bottom here, please follow me on Twitter. My handle is @MattHarrisEdD, and I will, again, connect with people at every single conference. People end up finding me. We have discussions because of the direct messaging. They'll share some of my ideas, which will spark more discussions. It's all done through Twitter. So please follow me on Twitter, connect with me at a conference, and let's just continue the discussion. Hey, it's a lovely day in Kuala Lumpur in March. Have a wonderful day yourself. Goodbye.